fake news. You know what? My mic wasn't on. Okay, let's restart. So good news today. Looks like there's no delays, besides the usual 10 to 15 second YouTube delay, which is hard coded. You can't change that, even when you put the delay to 0 seconds. So that's good. No internet issues, no TOS issues so far. Let's hope that continues. Pre-market wasn't really that hot. I'm not seeing a lot of stuff pre-market that I'm super excited about. We'll talk about OCX, which is the ticker I was primarily trading so far pre-market today. We got some okay opportunities on this one. I didn't dip trade any of this. I'm really conservative right now on dip trading. As you guys know, I'm always saying right now it's not the market for dip trading. So usually my charts on the way to the downside like this will be just one dip trade after another on this trend below the 9 EMA. OCX actually would have been a perfect candidate for dip trading. But hey, the overall market isn't really favoring it right now, and all of our biggest losers so far, and the majority of our losses are coming from dip trading in November. And if you count that trade from yesterday, that was technically a dip trade as well, the one where TOS wouldn't let me sell again. So technically that was a huge loss. TOS said they probably can't do anything about that. So that's a little bit disappointing. I'm going to know within the next day, I think they said. They said 48 hours, and that was yesterday. So probably tomorrow or the day after tomorrow latest, I'll have a better idea. But yeah, that trade was a bit tricky. I was, I added it to my trade journal yesterday, and I was like, this is really kind of skewing up my stats because this trade has really nothing to do with my overall trading. But yeah, it was a little bit unfortunate. I just wanted to kind of start off to get you guys caught up to speed with what happened yesterday. I explained everything on yesterday's live stream, and then I reviewed swing trades for like another 20 minutes, and all of it was cut off. I have no idea why. So that was a little bit annoying. So we had issues literally on every front yesterday. So that was a bit of a hectic session. Cruiser's wondering if I ever considered switching platforms. Yeah, I have a different platform for my investing, and then I'm not against switching platforms. The thing is, like, when TD Ameritrade does work, and we kind of know how to avoid situations in TD Ameritrade. This is another, like I said in the chat room, $700 lesson we just, learned. Don't use TD Ameritrade 3 minutes before the market open. And if you want to be extra safe, don't use TD Ameritrade 3 minutes after the market opens either. That's always the window where I think we have all of our issues. Sometimes there's other issues later on, but if you can step around certain issues, the lack of fees definitely is nice on TD Ameritrade. There's a lot of people that like Fidelity, Michael, Nathaniel. I gotta check on my application status there. I did fill out the application. I don't remember where I left off on that, so maybe I do have an approved account there. I guess closer to expiration. Yeah, Wild Boys, it should well, it depends, theta decay usually works against you, so usually closer, but if the price is going the right direction. I don't trade options though. Morning, Corey. Thanks, James. Thanks, Cruiser, as well. Two-click system on Fidelity to place an order. I wonder if you could change that with the settings, Ba. Look at OCX, trying a little crack here now to the upside. Also, the ticker being called out, AIV from David, kind of looks interesting as well. I don't know much about it, but this thing was $40 and now it's $5. Got delisted from the S&P. This is crazy. I don't know much about this ticker. It looks like they had some reverse splits here because or actually normal split, because they were negative $3.63, which doesn't obviously make sense. Interesting. Very, very shady kind of. I would have to look into this more. Could be a great bottom bounce. I mean, this could easily run to $10. You know, make 100% return. I have no idea. But like, if we came back to AIV later today and I saw it at 10 or 12, I wouldn't be surprised. But at the same time, I haven't done my due diligence on that ticker. Yeah, James. Okay, I see there's some buffering issues. Keep recording when stream. Let me see if I can. One second, guys. Yeah, it looks like OBS is sending too many bits. Dropping a lot of frames. Says I should drop the frame. Hold on one second. I'm gonna drop the bit rate here to 4,500. YouTube is suggesting it. I don't know if this is gonna mess something up, but we'll see what happens. Also, I went down from 60 frames per second to 30 frames per second. So hopefully that does something as well. YouTube throws a little suggestion at me. They're like, we suggest the current bit rate is 10,000, which is higher than a recommended bit rate. This looks like an internet provider issue. I'm gonna have to complain a little bit, because I was not having this issue when I was using the Florida internet. All right, though, let's talk about OCX here. I think we spent enough time diddly-daddling, but you know, that's why we started the stream early, just because I kind of felt like we were gonna have some weird issues today again. Let's go here and talk about what kind of juicy stuff we're looking at. OCX is a USA biotech, and they came out with some news. 7:33 a.m. GMT +1, which I'm not mistaking. What's GMT with this one? Okay, so that's pretty much. I was like, what's the difference between GMT +1 and UTC +1? I kind of forgot, but kind of the same thing. Okay, OCX, let's go back to this one. Burning Rock announces an exclusive in-licensing of a risk stratification test for early-stage lung cancer patients. for US biotech working with China here. I wonder how important an exclusivity license is for a company in China. So it does seem like there's statistically significant data, 400 patients. Accelerates the ongoing expansion of the test. Well, that sounds good. Help reduce our operational cash burn. That sounds pretty good. OCX is the lead gapper right now, guys. So this is really the ticker to be watching, and this is the one I was trading the most. We're up right now $201 on OCX, and we're down $5 on AVXL, wrapping up a total pre-market of 196. I traded fairly small size so far. I didn't do any trades, I think, over $5,000, except this one right here, which was an accidental second entry. So that was a total of $7,000. But that was, again, like I said, accidental, and I closed that trade out right away. A little bit of a failed breakout. Well, it actually worked, but I had the double entry, and then I just closed it. I didn't feel like taking on excessive risk right out of the gates. after yesterday's horror story. So let's do a little bit of a checklist here on this one. So where is this ticker lying? So we're looking for tickers with under 50 million, ideally under 10 million float. This one has a 57 million float. That's okay. Might mean it might be a little bit slower of a mover, but overall, we're seeing so far pre-market having some pretty solid rips on this one. So it's maybe not the fastest ticker, but it's definitely nowhere near like a slow mover. I mean, and check out this, in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles, goes up 34%. So this is, it's a hot ticker for sure. Has a catalyst, has decent spike history, doesn't really hold its highs that well. This is the weekly chart, and then here's the daily. Here's a big spike that kind of held its highs. Has a lot of these big gap down areas. Right now it's trading about 3.6. So we're kind of in this really critical support zone with $3 being major support. And then again here roughly at like 3.30 all the way to 3.50. Kind of an interesting halfway spot for sure. I would argue that OCX, if we break the 4, we have really good room to run to a break of 5 and then getting closer to like 560 or so. But first we got to break that critical 4, and there'll probably be some decent resistance around 4 or 5, as that was a big support zone in the past. So I'm just going to go ahead and kind of document that so we don't forget 4 or 5. Whoops. Fast rate of change, really nice, between $2 and $7. Holding highs in VWAP, sometimes. It didn't pull back more than 30%, so that's good. And it is back above VWAP, that's really nice. What I don't like about this ticker is on the 5-minute chart and the 1-minute chart, it's like a significant amount of volume is always on the red candle. And that's kind of one of those things that always freaks me out just a little bit. It makes me a little bit feeling like, okay, well, there's somebody trying to unload every time, this thing gets a little bit more momentum and then it starts selling off again. It's a little bit of a fishy thing. It is fairly thickly traded pre-market, but it's consolidating nicely. Right now it's, had its first leg, consolidating, could be gearing up for a second leg. On the 5-minute chart, it actually looks really good. And yeah, it's up over 40% pre-market, so everything looks like it could be ready to go on this ticker. AVXL, I'm not sure if I'm going to trade this one. It's really selling off, big sell volume. It just doesn't really look that interesting anymore. So me personally, I'm not watching AVXL anymore. MCEP looks like it had some decent opportunity. Don't like the fact that I don't see volume on TUS or news on TUS. Maybe some around 3, a break of 4, support at 3.8 could be an interesting trade. ANCN people are calling out. Big move here. My scanner should pick it up any second. Just sometimes needs to update. There it goes. There it popped up just now. ANCN. I'm going to put OCX on my second screen. Just kind of have this one ready to go. 1,000 shares. Yeah, good point, Life. Merger agreement. Pipe financing, private investments into public equity. Oh, look at Peter Thiel poking his head up again. He does a lot of angel investing. Can we see any prices on here? Summary of transaction. $11 million market cap, 3 million float. Not a bad move on it, huh? I mean, 200%, that's no joke. Doesn't have the news yet on FinViz. CLSK SAT story or SET story? CLSK. Man, what a nice rally off of 7 on this one. Really the one that got away from me. Hopefully some of you guys got it. BTWN. Rough daily chart. Yeah, I mean, BTW and decent little move to the upside, lacking consistent volume. I wasn't really a big fan of the price action on this ticker. It does have some okay moves. It's almost $1 billion market cap, though. I'm typically trying to trade tickers under $500 million in market cap. So BTW and it's usually something I wouldn't really look at if we have better looking tickers. So far, our swing trades, man, this is kind of annoying. I reviewed all the swing trades yesterday. And then when I go to do the timestamps in the live stream, all of it was cut out. I have no idea why it was cut out. It was missing like, I don't know, probably over 30 minutes of footage yesterday's live stream. So if you guys are wondering like what happened yesterday, why it just cut off, I really don't know. But probably because we scheduled the stream and then Google and YouTube went down. And that was about like 30 to 45 minutes, they said. And that's exactly the amount of time my stream was cut off. So maybe it has something to do with the Google outage. I'm not sure about that, Wild Boys. My camera keeps shaking a lot. I like pinned it to the table. I'm not sure if it's a good idea. I'm probably gonna have to change it. It's just shaking like crazy. VLDR, LAZR, HYLN, ADT, and SSPK, all tickers that are in our official swing trading account, fully allocated. In the future, I want to have, be able to do 5 position or 10 positions. Right now, we're at 5 positions. With a $3,000 position size. So it's about a 15K portfolio. ADT selling off a little bit again. I was really hoping we'd get a move over 10. Very light volume in that ticker. HYLN, I'm really hoping that it finds its bottom. It looks like our entry pins are already not showing. It's unfortunate. It was showing a little bit ago. LAZR is a ticker that I'm a little bit nervous of at this bottom here. I might consider closing this position because the sell volume is more than I was hoping for. So if we move over 30, I might close this position with the goal of buying back. And then SSPK, what are we on this one? 12.26 is our average. Very light volume here, so that's looking pretty good. And then VLDR, we were accumulating all in this area, and right now it's looking like it's trying to break back above 20, so that could be a good little rip. All stuff we'll talk about later on. ANCN still selling off. OCX flushing. Oh yeah, Aaron, I feel you, man. I was down like 30% on that one, and then we were eventually able to get out. That was a nasty ticker. How come 1AP Pro? Quick little news here. The first thing that I see across the board is vaccines are the first vaccines are being administered in the US. Here's kind of an interesting little article. Despite record turnout, 80 million Americans still didn't vote. Here's why. That's kind of a crazy amount. So 67% of eligible voters voted, so roughly a third did not. And they conducted a study, NPR and the Medill School of Journalism commissioned hypothesis to conduct a study. U.S. adults who did not vote. 29% not being registered to vote. That seems like a lot. Remember, this is just of the 33 roughly percent of people that didn't vote. Not being interested in politics. Okay, that's, you know, not the best, but fair enough. Not liking the candidates. There's a lot of that. Their vote wouldn't make a difference. Well, 16% of people, that would have swayed the vote quite drastically. And then being undecided on whom to vote for. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, kind of an interesting little point. I mean, probably nothing like too new there, but is what it is, I suppose. And here's coronavirus being administered. Whew. Vladimir Putin finally congratulated President-elect Joe Biden a month later. Will Barr leaving as Attorney General. This is kind of interesting. The Russian hack that happened. A really good little synopsis on Morning Brew they did on this one. SolarWinds was apparently hacked, and they have a bunch of high-level contracts. U.S. Treasury, Commerce, Homeland Security departments, according to Washington Post. So that's a big deal. I've seen kind of popping up here across the news. Europe is looks like a lot of other countries are locking down as well for New Year's. And you can see US had a huge spike here, almost 300,000 cases. Luckily, the new deaths aren't spiking as much, but yeah, still over 3,000. That's really heavy stuff. Germany's also getting hit pretty hard. Right here, about 600. Ratio-wise, it's only a little bit better. Over 30,000 a few times. Calm down. What a rambunctious little chat room we got here. Yeah, Corey, AIV down super much. Are you buying it, Corey? Yeah, I'm actually kind of curious on it as well. I'm not sure if I will trade it, but we'll probably have it on our. We'll keep checking it from time to time. These are one of those tickers that opens up, randomly gets halted, runs up like 100%, but could keep selling off. I'll put alerts on it if it goes in either direction. If we break VWAP. Put another alert there. So we'll see how this one does. OCX, our elite gapper, is still kind of selling off here. Just actually literally just had a nasty flush. Well, not the nastiest, but kind of wasn't expecting a move like 5% roughly. at this point. A lot of volume here. We were kind of talking about OCX. A lot of the 5-minute, 1-minute charts just is a nasty amount of volume, red volume spikes. That's not really something you want to be seeing on a lead gapper. Overall, though, the volume's kind of nice on it. The relative volume is really good. I'm not sure how well we're going to hold this pre-market high. It looks like last time we pretty much opened up and sold off the rest of the day, which has been unfortunate. So OCX, I don't know how we'll kind of go about this one, but kind of be a little bit careful. We've been having a lot of, these last 3 days have not been good. Well, Monday was obviously shaky. Friday, we didn't get any follow through. So, 2 days, I should say, with the potential of being 3 days. Yeah, I feel you, life, man. Imagine having a decent size and AIV being down like 70%. Oh, that's painful. USA React Residential, yada yada. At least they pay a 5% dividend, but 5% on something that just went down 75% is still extremely depressing. Let's see what our favorite people at StockTwit say. This is a major overreaction. Someone tell me how it isn't. Rest in peace to the longs here. Hey, it's super true. It's a small world, shucks. Oh boy. This guy doesn't seem to have me. James Desmond, oh my god, I almost lost 100% hold or sell. Average down. It's only funny because we've all been there before. To the moon. Yeah, well, boy, it's a slippery slope. You're not supposed to average into losers. And that's also a key point. 9:24, guys. Let's go to localized time. No, Eastern Standard Time is what we want. There's a create an alarm button. What a time of alarm. No, we don't want that. That sounds like something that would give me a heart attack. Nice, Michael. I like that attitude. So with 4.5 minutes into the open, I'm kind of just, probably going to take it very easy today. I'm obviously not going to trade around the open. I want to kind of have that 6-minute buffering period. I would trade, red to green moves. But other than that, I think you want to be really careful. I feel like I'm being framed right now. Listen, everyone needs a diversified cosmetic bag. So into the open, like I said before, I'm going to be very cautious here. I probably won't do any aggressive trading until we see a little bit of, healthy price action, ideally to the upside above VWAP. I don't see any like super crazy flushes I'm worried about at the moment. OCX, it has like failed moves to the upside, but no like, nasty flushes every time it reaches, point X. So that's okay. With ANCN, that was a really strong move it just had. Now we're, in the fives. Big support here roughly at 4. Looks like this 470 area was quite significant, 487. Whoops. You can kind of see this is where we broke out of. We had a nice pullback to this area. We touched, wow, it literally was, this is why we always map up the daily chart first. And then we kind of, well, sometimes we go to the monthly chart, depending. So we had a nice run up here. We pulled back. Weren't able to hold this area. Nice little 8% bounce, though, not too bad. Kept selling off, had another bottom here, and around 4. Let's see if it holds its high. It's down 28%, which isn't too bad. So I really want to see some follow through on this ticker. A lot of filled gaps in the past. Not totally sure how I want to, trade it for now, but I'll just be a little bit cautious here. If we break 4, I don't know if I would get super aggressive till maybe around 3.6. So I think that's what I would probably do from there. I'm not even sure if we're gonna, dip that low, but maybe in the 70s I'd start getting aggressive if the sell volume wasn't too high. We also have the 5-minute EMA coming in as support. So I'll keep ANCN open on the bottom screen. PRVL, this was a acquisition, I believe, and then we have OCX, which is on my top chart. This one could be really getting ready for that second leg. So OCX is the one I'm going to be watching the closest. 320s is really nice intraday support. So I'm just going to kind of put a light line there. See if you remember that. That'd be about a 6% pullback for where we are right now. All right, guys, remember, if you're on TD Ameritrade, don't trade 2 minutes before the market opens. Known issue on TD Ameritrade that orders do not get fulfilled and there's mix-ups. So that's what I learned yesterday. Time force day selected. All right, guys, good luck, everyone. Got another 47 minutes here, or 47 seconds here into the open. A few more stretches. I'm still in quarantine for another, 2 days? Then I can run around outside again. 30 seconds. 1,000 shares ready to go on both tickers. ANCN and OCX. Thanks, Constantine. Stay green. I like it. Here we go. Watching OCX and ANCN out of the gates right now. They're our main 2 lead gappers. OCX selling off. Remember, 20s is big support on OCX. OCX leading with dollar volume. OCX trying here. It's trying for that crack. Had a really nice open volume. OCX looks like it could break past VWAP at 3.6, guys. Keep an eye on this one. It's good opening volume. AIV halted upwards. Nice. Thanks, guys, for that update. Big sell-off on OCX. Trying to see if we can get a possible entry around 28. Maybe 27 or so. Long OCX. Small size at 326. Another position long. Looking for that break into the 30s. Selling rest of my size. Oh, I'm actually short this one. I just accidentally went short. Closed out everything. This might be a red to green move though. I traded the red to green dip. Could be a breakthrough in the 9 EMA. We had that really good support around the 3s. We were talking about that trade opportunity pre-market. I have no idea what alert just went off. Alerts. AIV. Yeah, AIV breaking up. HCAC, guys, below 18.5. Man, who's long AIV? Already have 10% move here. Yeah, 1AP Pro. I really should probably start doing that. BTWN. Pretty interesting move there. Just over $1 billion market cap. ANCN. Bit of a flush, huh? Did not hold that. OCX looks like it's gonna... Looks like it's gonna break VWAP maybe. Huge, huge solid move there. I would have traded ANCN for sure, but I wasn't watching it. OCX with a double top. I mean, yep, double top. OCX on that 5-minute chart has huge sell volume. 1 minute looks much healthier. JE at or below 464. We're not really watching JE. HCAC though, that's if I had more allocation, I'd probably go long HCAC pretty soon. A little bit nervous with OCX at the moment. Marks in the AIV hold. AIV opened up and it's at 628, unless that was just, hold on. That might not be true. Oh yeah, opened up. I wasn't sure if my alert just went off. OCX just flushed. Ooh, nasty. Next major support is probably 3 on OCX. Yeah, that's why pre-market is so dangerous. There's no halts pre-market. OCX might get halted if it keeps going to 3. This is a 10% candle already. Nice, Corey. Corey looks like he's milking it. Yeah, it's a different setup now, though, Cody. My original setup was a red to green dip trade entry. Now it's, you know, it's way different. It's a flush after a failed move higher. There is support around 324, but this is a second retest of 324. It's not that initial nice pop. So that's why I'm not trading this one. Selling off again. Not surprised. OCX. OCX might break 310. Big buyers though on 310. Let's see if it gets chipped. No. OCX held 310. That was a good sign. Yeah, good idea, Corey. But yeah, you know, small size is better than nothing. I always like a nice little small size fun. Cody says he's lagging. I'm sorry, guys. ANPC, I'm not sure. I haven't really been watching this one. A lot of failed spikes to the upside. Not a lot of volume today. Probably just going to see some profit taking or cutting losses. I'm not sure. It's not looking too hot. 5.5 was a bit of support. I wouldn't be surprised if it maybe hit 6 or so and then kept selling off again. I don't know. It's hard to say. This will most likely run to 5 the next, 1, 2, 3 days. A little similar continuation. Don't have the highest hopes for that ticker. OCX looks like it had OCX was a perfect dip trade just now. I missed it. I was waiting for 310 to break and then I wanted to go long, so missed my opportunity. Actually, no, Robert. I've always brought it up. I could show you the video. But they've always say they see everything on their back end, which probably makes total sense. I mean, you see the limit orders going through or not going through. You see when it was placed, and you see the price action. So you don't really need the video. But yeah, I always mention I have it, but they've never actually needed it. Yeah, no problem, Mike. I hope it works out to some extent. I hope you can, manage that position to where it's not so bad. But yeah, sometimes you just got to bite the bullet a bit. Nice run on SLDB. Good call out there. I like the momentum behind this ticker. Look at that. Very light volume, unfortunately. Not sure if we have enough volume to break 6. Next big resistance around 5.5. We're just touching it right now. Breaking 5.3. 5.6 is also a heavy spot. I'm not sure if we're going to crack it. I don't know. I don't feel confident trading it myself. I also don't know what's going on with this ticker. No specific catalyst. I would not feel comfortable buying this breakout, but let's see. Boom. Boom. Better than I expected. Look at that. 577. Huge. Wow. Yeah, Michael, I feel you, man. That was a good amount of swing trades. RIDE. How's that one looking? I haven't looked at RIDE in a while. Lordstown Motors. They found that support around 18. I was waiting for maybe even a crack of 18 to accumulate Lordstown. I think I kind of still feel the same way. Big volume there on that bounce, but I think around 18 Lordstown could be a little bit better of a acquisition. Market cap here at 3.3 billion. It's kind of a big market cap for a company, I think, this size, in my opinion. But OCX being really slow with this breakout past 9 EMA. It's trying now. I'm not fully confident, though, that it's going to work out. Oh yeah, it's trying here. It's kicking the door. Let me out. See, this is one of those tickers, though, that, it reached a price point and then it flashed. OCX, a little bit less of the same situation. So I feel a little bit more confidence with OCX, although, if you look to the left, you have a nasty flush on OCX at the moment. But pre-market, it was nicer. ANCN now, when you look to the left, the former shoulder didn't hold its highs. I'm always very weary about tickers with the first shoulder to the left being a nasty dip like that. So, I don't know. I'd be cautious here. I would try to trade the breakout early and not try to trade the pullback. So let's see what happens. This is the pullback. So it looks like it could be holding. Holding so far. So far, so good. Oh, Michael. No. Ay. You and me both are having a rough start to the week. I don't know what my P&L is right now, but honestly, if I could probably just wrap up trading, I'd probably be happy as it is. So, if I see a really good setup, I'm going to go for it. It's only 9:45. We got plenty of time here, 45 minutes before I usually want to be wrapping up. So, no need to end early, but at the same time, there goes ANCN. SLDB, man, it ran all the way to 633, huh? That's crazy. I was already super skeptical with this one. So this is a significant move because we went over the 2 former highs. This is going to be putting this ticker on the radar for a lot more people. So $6. I wonder how well it's going to hold support. It looks like I already had one retest here. I like the action we're seeing here on this ticker. Really nice. Next pullback could be a break of 6 towards 590. Let's see how that happens. OCX just broke out from the 9 EMA. Very light volume though, not exactly instilling confidence on that move. HYLN at 16. I'm long HYLN at 17, so if I could get in at 16, I would have. Markets overall, a bit more bullish. VIX is down 5%. Bitcoin kind of holding this 19 zone pretty well. US oil pretty much fixated in one spot. OCX, here comes that nasty dip. Yeah, oh my god, HYLN hit 15.9. Let's see what we're down on this one. We're down 176 on HYLN. Yeah, I was too eager on this trade. I should have waited. I bought at 17 right here after this big sell-off, and I thought I was a genius when I was up like 0.5%, but nope. This thing is going down, boys. The ship is going down. I should have waited because I actually had a price target ideally at like 14.5. So, I'm paying for jumping on early. HCAC looking really juicy. I wonder, oh my god, the sell-off here isn't even that bad. I think this is a great time to accumulate some SPACs. SSPK, we're long on this one. I think at 12.20 is our average, 12.26. So we're down a little bit on this one as well. OCX selling off. ANCN breaking out, you guys are telling me. Or breaking down. Either way, breaking to some direction. Let's quickly see. Oh yeah, nice. Last move on OCX was about 11%. Wonder what kind of sell-off we're going to see this time. Doesn't really look to be over just yet. Don't I look like I'm part of the picture right now? Like a very abstract modern art. It's weird having a wall so close behind me. Let me go back to AIV. Let's see what you guys are talking about. Oof. Man, AIV, yeah, this is why I don't trade tickers that I know that have a huge spread and are just getting halted left and right. You sometimes can get very lucky, and then the other time you don't get lucky. I don't know. It's not so much of a trading strategy anymore, I feel like. 950. Let's try to think about what could turn around 10 o'clock. That's what we should be thinking about. I usually like to look for tickers that didn't sell off more than 10 to 12%, maybe 13% tops. OCX, possible candidate, it's down 12% right now since the open. ANCN down max since the open around 17%, so a little bit less bullish on ANCN. But both of those might have some sort of reversal starting at maybe 10:05. So let's keep an eye out for that. I'm going to take a quick restroom break, fill up my tea, and I will be back for the next 30 minutes of trading here. I gotta shave again. It's getting a little crazy. Thanks, Final Countdown. Mark, only thing I can do now is turn off my laptop and do my workout. It's not a bad idea. If you hit your targets and you're not seeing anything, overstaying your welcome is also just not a good idea. ANCN, guys, this is one I'm very weary about. I like OCX way more for a possible continuation. It really did look like it found a lot of support right above 3. I was thinking maybe we're going to go a little bit lower to like 3.3 or something like that, but just never did it, up 4% from that low. So let's see if this downwards trend kind of slows down. Right now the 5-minute kind of showing you where that support is as well, in the mid 3s. Every time the volume tries to break VWAP, it's never really enough. Very light volume, and never really have super high confidence that it's going to be a continuation. Yeah, Steven, that's true. And Tan, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, that was a pretty nice profit on Tesla. I mean, it went down for a bit, but definitely came back. Wild Boys, it's all about the Ethernet cable. The one with the Ethernet cable wins. I travel everywhere I go with like a 50-foot long Ethernet cable. Plug being called out. Plug, yeah, making these kind of nice, interesting little moves. It's not a really quick mover, but overall, this is such a continuation. Plug somehow proved itself to be more of a swing trade kind of ticker than a day trade ticker because it's just so consistent with its moves. Really impressive. Yeah, EIV is. OCX holding in on there well. Still has yet to dip. OCX could be a really, really interesting late morning play, so that's what I'm going to be focusing on. OCX is on my second screen. I'm watching ANCN on my main screen with you guys. Constantly a little suspicious with that ticker. Yeah, good observation, Mark. I got you. Yeah, fair enough, Tan. It's a valid point. So it was, a back hold for a while. But, Tesla, yeah, I guess if you're day trading Tesla, then, anything could be a back holder, or a back holding, situation because you should have sold when you were selling it. But, like, if you're, swing trading or even investing in Tesla, like, I don't view it as back holding. I just view it as accumulation. And then, any sort of sell-off is an opportunity to buy at discount almost, more so than anything. Now, if I was holding OCX and, the next day was down 50%, that would be, back holding, like in the traditional sense of the word, especially with day trading it and then holding it too long. OCX, SLDB. I don't know, maybe, but I'd be careful because this was a failed breakout here at 6.6. So right now it's going to be on a little bit of a downtrend. I'd be careful. I would wait for a little bit more of a floor to come in because this isn't a dip trade or really a pullback. It's kind of in this no man's land between the two. So I'd be a little bit careful. Can't believe I shorted it today on accident. This is kind of ridiculous. Who does that? Come on, OCX. It's just a different type of trading, Wild Boys. It's something you gotta, you know, gotta have a strategy for it, just like you have a strategy for trading small caps or swing trading mid caps. You know, it's all, you gotta figure out what works. That's why I don't bounce between the two, because I really like to kind of focus on one thing at a time. OCX selling off, could be buy opportunity. Let's see how low it goes. Small entry at 98. Wanted bigger size. I didn't have time to buy again though. That was a really quick mover there. Oh, sorry, I didn't update my bottom screen. I should have got more aggressive much quicker. Small size, only $3,000. I should be in on this one with like 10K. This was a good opportunity. It was quick though. If we do get a move over 3.6, I'd probably consider taking some profits. Taking some profits, closing out this position. May consider buying back. Light volume on that candle. Yeah, Pablo, if I'm ever like not in sync with the ticker, sometimes I just leave it alone. It happens to me all the time where, you know, pre-market I traded like five times and I'm just like constantly giving back profits on a ticker. If I notice that, I say, you know what, whatever. You know, someone else is probably milking this ticker, but I don't care. This one clearly is not clicking in my head, and that's fine. My Roku's. Nice dart. That was good. Good entry. Very quick. Nice, Dennis. 50 cents a share is beautiful, especially on a $5 stock. Look at this ticker, really cracking it here. Nice to see some mid-morning activity kind of flowing in here. Really good energy behind this move so far. Kind of high sell volume always, but you know, this thing is right now in an uptrend. That last sell-off on OCX put it down 14% since the open. Around 32% since pre-market. ANCN could be popping here back above 5. I'm going to be a little bit careful, see what kind of longer setup we have going on here. $3.5 was the big support. Why, Cody, are you looking to buy? ANCN, nice little breakout again, cracking 5. OCX in the 80s might be an opportunity. I'm not sure if we're going to go that low, though. I never like to buy second cracks, second retest. So this could be a good opportunity, but it's not usually a setup that I'd be looking for. Yeah, it's still selling off a bit. Yeah, there goes 96. See, you got to be careful with these second opportunities. ANCN with the VWAP pullback. OCX still dipping here. Wouldn't be surprised if it went in the 80s still. 291 has huge support on it though. But I think it might get chipped away. I'm not buying yet. No, it looks like it held. Wow. Yeah, Aaron, that's true. But yeah, it actually would have been perfect. We actually shorted almost near the perfect high, but yeah, it was only 100 shares. I sold. I was long 2,400 and I bought 2,500. I mean, the other way around. I was long 2,500 and then sold. Oh, God, I can't speak anymore. I was long 2,400 and then I sold 2,500, which put me 100 shares short. Wow. OCX, based on pre-market, looks like it could have some support near the low 90s like we saw, but really I was looking for more like 85 or 86, maybe 87. Nice, Jonathan. Light volume on ANCN. This could be a bit of a dead cat bounce. It's kind of a slow day for Ross, huh? Yeah, I want to be long space again as well. I think I would really be very cautious trading those in terms of just like give myself a huge time horizon. It seems like, you know, these sometimes have these like multi-week runs and sell-offs. So if you can just kind of accumulate after, you know, a sell-off of like 5+ days, it seems to be the best way to go about some of these swing trades, these mid caps, especially these hot sector mid caps. OCX testing the lows again. OCX looks like it's just slowly falling off a cliff, like a slow motion fall. It never dips hard enough to where I want to buy it like it did before, where I only got, you know, partial size fill at 3 or 299. That should have been $3,000 or 3,000 share size, not 1,000. That was a good opportunity. And then now it's kind of just, you know, inching around here. Could pop back above 3 though. Could easily just keep on selling off. It's not like any hot plays where it's like, boom, nice breakout, buying into the next green candle, or buying a quick pullback. It's all kind of just a little bit fizzling around. They say. What's up, Bren? Back in the building, I see. ANCN, guys, really trying right now. ANCN cup and handle. It would have had to go at least towards a double top to be a proper cup and handle. So I'm not really seeing it at the moment, but you know, it's trying. $440. I wonder if it's gonna flush back down there. OCX looks like it's really finding a little bit of support. This could be a breakout on ANCN. Former high here was at 509. Still got a bit of ways to go. Well, it didn't end too good, Scott. They pretty much said they couldn't do anything, and then you know, we tried twice, and then they said, well, we could put it in a request. I'll know in 48 hours, see if they can do anything, but it doesn't seem too good. Pablo, that happens to me sometimes where you go in with way bigger size. It's always a good rush. Always a little bit of a spike. It's the best coffee. OCX trying to get back above 3. It's never fun when the overall market is going up and your swing trades are all down. It's like, wait a second. Wait a second. That's bogus. Let's quickly check. Our swing trades are down about $100, but they're up around 200 today. Pre-market, they were at like 350. So kind of feels like they're going down, but I guess in theory they are going up today. Still not seeing a setup that really is getting me so excited, so I'm just kind of sitting on my fingers waiting here a little bit. Yeah, Scott, I don't blame you. I would probably say 3 minutes on either side. It's kind of my new rule of thumb. I'll trade maybe 2 minutes after the open though, but 3 minutes before, no way. Probably even 5 minutes before, I'm just not gonna do. Unless maybe if it's a really strong looking possible breakout. Ooh, ANCN. Oh, nice, Bren. ANCN with good volume here at 10.15. We got the next high at 5.6. Good little continuation here, guys. Good volume. This might keep breaking up. This doesn't even look like a full pullback. Let's see. No. Holding the 20s, breaking higher. I'm gonna wait, trying to get a better entry. New minute in 10 seconds. OCX back above 3. Wow, instantly new high at 24. Congrats to anyone that bought that pullback. I was being a little bit more cautious there. I was thinking we might crack under 5 and I wanted to accumulate there. Nice 1AP Pro. Whoo, that's good. That's doesn't get any better, man. Especially when you're already super down. Yeah, I mean that's what they should do, but since it's a bit of a glitch with their 928 platform thing, I'm not sure if they say anything in terms of conditions. I was not able to find anything, but that was really why they didn't say they could refund me, because they said it was kind of tough luck. Sometimes their platform just doesn't send orders past 928 until the open. So that's pretty stressful. That's why I would say, and that's why we're saying don't trade, 3 minutes before the market open, because you don't know if those orders are going to go through, and that's what happened to me. VERU back from the grave. I remember CRIS. ANCN, guys, looking really healthy here. Thanks, Gab. Try to go long at 25. Saw some support there. Closed order. New entry here at 21, long at 23. Still a little bit more sell volume than I would have liked. I'm going to close out on this one. A little bit more volume on that. It wasn't more sell volume than I was hoping for. Could continue. Doesn't mean it's not going to continue, but I kind of wanted to manage that position. Didn't like being so far down right away. Thanks, Michael, for the $1.99. I could buy pretty much more than a half liter of beer here in Berlin with that. I like it. I know what I'll be doing. Prost, thanks for the beer. That's good. Just removed my OCX limit order at 87. This thing's kind of selling off aggressively. VREU, nice little crawl up here. Good call out, Bren. Got a lot of stuff to be watching right now. I'm gonna go back to ANCN. I kind of like the way it was moving. OCX, watching it. That was that second sell-off on ANCN that I was really nervous about. I mean, we've seen dips like this before, 13%. See if we can get an entry here at 85. Didn't get it. I was a little bit late to the party. Removed limit order. Anything below that I would probably consider. See if we can do a fill here at 86. Long at 86, 1,000 shares. Not the biggest size. Looking for that move back above 5. 95 having some issues. Let's see if we can manage our position. Gonna have one more attempt here to break 95. Close already at 94. Boom, 97 it hit. Nice. Quick trade on that though. Yep. Atish. Or Atisha, I'm not sure. Nice. It did hit it back above 5. I didn't have the chill to hold. I coulda, shoulda, woulda. That would have been a really, really sweet move over a base hit. Ah, Michael. That's really stressful. Ärgerlich, you say in German, where it's just like, start tripping over yourself. Yeah, I should have held ANCN a little bit longer. That was a good little bounce there. Should be pretty much. I mean, you guys obviously know for yourself. I mean, right now, it's 10:22 and 24 seconds, right? You guys could see that. So you subtract that from whatever you guys have in your real life, in your reality. That'd be interesting, Wild Boys. Maybe we could throw swings into a paper account. I think Market Watch or whatever that site is called, they do that. We could definitely throw in some virtual swing trading. It's not a bad idea. Ah, from Brussels, very cool. I don't remember the last time I was in Brussels. According to Google, Brussels has the craziest city limits. I was in Antwerp and Ghent not too long ago. I really liked those two cities. They were very cozy, cute. Ghent is like has a really nice old castle in the middle. Like it really well. Hold on, I'm getting super distracted right now. A really well preserved castle. I was quite impressed when I went to it. No, go back to the castle. Where'd it go? Is it Gravenstein? Yeah, this was it. And there's a bar really close to it. Ah, right here. I had a few brewskis right in this little hut for a little bit. I had our car parked somewhere here to the side. And then we went in this church. We went to the top of this church here. There's a really cute chick at reception, I remember. In the bell tower. All right, enough getting distracted here. Oh man, Michael, so sorry to hear, man. Take care. Recharge. Get back in action, man. You'll do better. I also had a bit of a blow to my account yesterday, and it wasn't even my fault, so it's sometimes it happens. Yeah, calm down. I am, and yes, DC, I am as well. Bruges is also nice. I don't think I was in Bruges ever. I'll keep that in mind though. Close those castles. Yeah, I felt I was getting a little distracted, but you know, it is what it is. OCX guys, making a little bit of a move here. Had that low. I was thinking maybe it's gonna have a new low, but it looks like 2.9 was it? No, I have a girlfriend. OCX holding this area, very nice. ANCN. I would probably wait for ideally one more pullback on ANCN before I get aggressive on this ticker. I think it has a little bit more support zone that we could see. Oh, look at that. Cracking 5. Anything close to VWAP would be kind of interesting. Ooh, ANCN, big old sell-off. Where's the price? 78. Long at 71. 1,000 shares. Maybe it's going to sell off one more time. Second size at 69. 68, 18. Holding VWAP could be a bounce. 8, 9%. This is kind of what I was looking for. Full size. Looks like the dip trading's biting me in the butt a little bit again, huh? Gotta be really careful with these guys. Gotta be really careful. Still selling off. A lot of sell pressure here. Giving back some profits, but down 3% or so. Probably a little bit more aggressive on this ticker than I should have been. Closing there at 60, taking my loss on it. And it's a nice little move back to 65, not too bad. Could have maybe walked away with a smaller loss. Might wrap up my trading though. Took like a $90 loss, not too the worst. Like I said, guys, dip trading, this market we're currently in, is not really something you want to be doing. And all of my big losses have come from dip trading so far. I thought this was a good opportunity, but you know, again, looks like I was confirmed not to do that. But you know, sometimes you gotta take a stab, because if you don't try, no risk, no reward, right? So it looks like I sold a little bit too soon. I probably could have walked away with this one with a potential profit, or at least a better sell price. ANCN, yeah, give back some profits on that one. Overall though, on the day, if I wrapped up right now, we're up 470. So yeah, it was good I cut my losses on that. Probably wrap up trading with that. So yeah, up 470 is not too bad, because you know, yesterday I was down $200, and then after that ridiculous TOS issue, I lost $1,000 on the day. I lost over $700 on that one trade. So it was just like, nothing I could do about it. So hopefully we'll know if maybe TOS will put it into their what is it called, like their honoring account, where they honor their mistakes, and then they ideally remove some of the losses. But we'll see. I'm not super optimistic, because they already tried twice, which is ridiculous, because you guys saw it on the live stream. The price went over my limit order and it didn't get filled. So, and it was good till cancel, not a day. So yeah. Gotta cut your losses. ANCN, this is a perfect example of why you cut your losses. I don't care that I missed out on 5-6 cents upside to cut my losses, because I should have, could have, would have cut my losses, or because I look at this dip. If I waited for that move to 6.7 and it only went to 6.6 and then it dipped another 5-6%, that's how you start giving back a lot of profit. So it's not worth it. Yeah, wow, RIOT, huh? Constant big moves here. It's a slow moving stock though. This whole entire move is only 5.8%, 6%. That's really not that much. But on the daily, overall, this move in general, 280% is really nice. But for day trading, ROIT wouldn't really be something I'd be interested in. But yeah, swing trading this one, that was a nice pick, Bren. Good stuff. Nice mark, walking away green. What? Oh my God. Even the Supreme Court pretty much told Trump to stop. Even the people who elected, or he elected, they're just like, Trump, what are you doing? Can you control F up? Cody's wondering. I don't know what control F does. Oh wow, Ba. I didn't know that. Did they tell you that on the phone? What? How do you know? I'm gonna write that down just so I don't forget. I'm gonna have to look into that for sure, because I don't think we're gonna ever have that issue. That almost sounds like you need a bot. If you're doing 396 trades a day, that's a lot of trades. We're doing like 20 trades maybe a day on average, sometimes more, sometimes less. Sometimes I only do 8 trades. So I rarely go over 30 trades a day. So that's 10 times the amount I'm already trading. I don't know if I would get to that number. Me personally, I don't know how much you guys. I'm sure there's a lot of people doing really scalpy stuff, even more scalpy than I'm doing. OCX. I wonder if this thing's going to start trending to the upside. Back to 3. Including canceled. Yeah, I guess. Okay, well, so if I include my canceled, I cancel a lot of trades. So actually that might be more realistic, because now let's say let's do a high number of 30 trades a day. That's actually, that's probably 60 to 90 orders, and then I cancel easily twice that much. That's like 270 trades I'm probably doing in terms of orders canceled and not canceled. So that actually might get pretty close to that number, because I cancel orders like crazy. Sometimes I like chase a stock and I do like 3 orders that I cancel, and then I start seeing if I can do a pullback entry. That's like another 3 orders I cancel. Eventually I get an entry. So that could easily be like over 300. That's interesting. I gotta look into that. That's kind of scary. You dang, okay. BTC bull flag. I never was a big fan of trading Bitcoin. I always traded Litecoin instead, because Bitcoin moved too slow for me. Yeah, there could be a little bit of a descending channel going on here, the bull flag setup, but it's not really something I'd want to trade myself. Why? Don't click size on the tape and filter to only show 2050 coin. Yeah, if I'm understanding this correctly, when you mean filter, do you mean zooming in or out? You don't click size? I'm not totally sure if I get it. Man, I don't know what's up with this lag lately. This is a bit stressful. I'm sorry, guys, that everyone's experiencing lag. I'm gonna upgrade my internet, but I have a really good internet plan, so it's ridiculous that it's lagging. I have no idea why. It's very stressful. Yeah, Brent, maybe. Let's do a little bit of a midday recap here. I hope you guys can hear me. I'll try to talk a little bit slower so the buffering maybe doesn't have too many issues. I don't know. So let's do the midday recap again, guys. I do apologize. There seems to be some constant streaming errors. Really not a lot I can do about that right now. Okay, so OCX is the lead winner on the day, followed by AVXL and then ANCN. So all the other two tickers I'm red on, and ANCN, I gave back a little bit of profits on this one just right at the end. So I'll actually talk about this one first. It's a USA biotech, 3 million float. They had kind of some merger news coming up here. It wasn't on FinViz at first, so the news was only on at least TD Ameritrade. I'm sure it was on some other sites as well. It never really had that nice of a chart pattern. Kind of, big move to the upside, and then it sold off. And then, I was really hoping it, find support and instantly rip back higher because it had that potential for, a good gap consolidation and then, a market open go. But it didn't really do that. Eventually in this area, we could have probably maybe looked to get a bit more aggressive, but we had a lot of fake outs here and it just didn't look good at the time. You can kind of see here it looked pretty nasty, so not really something I'd want to go long on. But eventually we did have that nice breakout, and buying this first pullback here could have been a ticket. That was really the whole entire move. After that, this thing was more or less done. We did have another good opportunity here on this move, buying the pullback and then getting that rip to the upside. ANCN, that would have been probably the best move of the day on this ticker, almost, in terms of after the market, after open. Well, we just gave back some profits on this dip trade. We entered roughly here, and then I sold on this little green bounce. That was pretty much it for ANCN for me. What was that other ticker? AVXL. USA Biotech. 58 million float. This is a kind of big company. They had a lot of recent news. Most recent one meets primary and secondary endpoints on placebo, phase 2 clinical trial with Rett syndrome. I'm actually not even sure what Rett syndrome is. Let's do a little bit of rare genetic disease. Oh wow, that sounds really horrible. Well, hopefully they're making some progress on that one. Anyway, with AVXL, no. Yeah, AVXL. I didn't switch it here. AVXL. What I didn't like about this ticker, what we were seeing, is the fact that, it was selling off so much pre-market. So I was really not looking at this one. At one point, it just kind of was a little bit dead to me. We did have a sell-off here. There could have been maybe a good bottom bounce at one point. I don't actually even remember where I traded this one. Let me quickly here. Filled orders. I think it was pre-market, AVXL. Yeah, it was all pre-market. My entry was at 10:31, at 1:31. That's 8:31. No, that's 7, I think even. Yeah, at 797. Yeah, so it was right here on this pullback, and I was looking obviously for a bit of a continuation after hitting the 9 EMA and VWAP, but we didn't get that, so it looks like I stopped out of this trade for a little bit of a loss. Not really the biggest ordeal, but yeah, since things, it could have been an opportunity around 5.5. Sometimes you see some really good support come in, but when a ticker sells off that much, I'm not really interested anymore in that ticker. And then lastly, the ticker that I traded the most, OCX. This one, lead gapper on the day, had the most volume. Dollar volume here, you can see everything today is a little bit lighter, but the dollar volume on OCX is 156 million so far. So one of the better tickers, although, at this time of day, we should be at 500 million for a hot day. Is USA Biotech, exclusive and licensed to a Chinese company, lung cancer patients. So I like the catalyst. 57 million float was a little bit high. We did a lot of analysis on this one earlier, and it checked pretty much all the boxes. It was overtraded a little bit thickly, but other than that, it looked pretty good. we traded this one fairly aggressive. I was trading it here on the way to the upside. I wasn't dip trading it because dip trading lately has just not been good for me, so I didn't trade any of this. I did a few trades in this area. I did a nice red to green. I think this was my best profit on the day. Somewhere here, we sold off, and I did a nice little red to green move, although I took profits so fast on this one. I think I only made like 3%, but it was a good position size. I really like this dip trade here, but I only got, a third of my size. I wanted to go in with 3,000 shares, only got 1,000. And then, the rest of this was all very slow. I was always waiting for a little bit, bigger dip. I was waiting for a bigger breakout, but nothing really happened. So that was kind of OCX for me. It just, it didn't really live up to anything once the bell opened. So yeah, that was pretty much my trading day here. Feel free to drop any questions, guys, if you have them, or, I'm hoping that... I'm hoping that the internet connection is working here. Oh man, internet's really taking a dump right now, huh? Dang. All right, well, there's not a lot I can do about the internet right now, so I'm going to be on the phone with them after the stream. In terms of swing trades, guys, I'll quickly wrap up the swing trades. So we are up nicely today, $400 on the swing tradings, VLDR, LAZR, ADT, SSPK, and HYLN. We've been, slowly entering these starting, I think, Thursday or Friday last week. So let's quickly go to the 4-hour and just kind of quickly recap some of these positions here. Current account, ADT. Well, this one's nothing new. You guys know I've been holding ADT for a while. I like the Google partnership, and we pretty much entered ADT on the price that the news of the Google partnership came out. After, this was the Google partnership news, it ran up a ridiculous amount, like 100+%, and then it pulled back all the way to that, breakout zone. That's where we entered. And now we're kind of still consolidating that area. We've been holding this one for quite some time. HYLN, I'm long at 17. Right now it's at 15.77. So unfortunately, I am a little bit red on this trade. This is probably my biggest loss on my swing trades at the moment. Yeah, classic HYLN. I'm just always red on that ticker. Kind of disappointing. LAZR, finding a nice little base here. Hopefully we're going to get a little bit of continuation, hoping for the best on that. And then SSPK. What I like about LAZR is the kind of hype around it. LAZR has, it has, a 25-year-old billionaire behind the company. He's been funded by or backed by Peter Thiel. A lot of good kind of overall support, and it seems like this LiDAR self-driving technology they have, could be used in all sorts of autonomous vehicles, and they're one of the leading brands, while VLDR is kind of like the more older company in the space. And when LAZR was exploding and VLDR was selling off, that's where we started accumulating this one around 19.5. So this one is up really, really nicely. And then we're along LAZR as well. After this one started selling off, then we started accumulating this one. We're long at 28.27 here. So this one's up nicely a little bit as well. And then SSPK is a cannabis SPAC in the IT space that we are long at 12.26, accumulating this one. SPACs have been super, super hot. Cannabis has been really hot. So I'm hoping that it's going to be a nice little combo here. Looks like a pretty big company that a lot of people in the industry know as well. So right now, kind of finding a lot of support. I also like the fact that this ticker, SSPK, is not really having that much sell volume. So I'm really happy about that. You can see it is selling off really drastically, 25%, but it's huge support in this area. So that was a big reason I actually got long this ticker. Whoop, why is that not clicking? So, all right, that's exactly what I'm going to be looking, or those are the swing trades that I'm looking for. Remember, guys, if you have any questions, just shoot them in the Discord. Yeah, it looks like mixed opinions about stream quality at the moment, so it's really hard to say what's going on with this stream, but we'll see. Don't forget, guys, if you are not part of the Discord yet, if you go to the first link in the video description below, tradejournal.co/connect, you can get caught up with everything that we're doing on the Foundation video series. It takes 1 to 2 hours. And why does it say 1 to 2 hours a day? This is kind of confusing. It's just really only 1 to 2 hours and you're done. I should remove that day part. Slides, checklist that we talk about here. Our 2 sponsors, Webull giving away 4 free stocks right now. And if you guys are looking for a savings account, Yoda Savings has a absolutely wicked return of around 3%, 3.5% even right now. We have a whole video about that. If you want to check out all the past posts and trades, check out tradejournal.co/Winkler to check out my account. And then we have the Discord group right here, community more, and you get it all right there. I see MCEP being called out. Let me quickly see what's going on with this ticker. MCEP. Let me open up Unlimited and then go to Top Gamers. Is this popping up here on the scanner as well? I don't see it. It's up 5%, so it's not going to be on the scanner. This was actually a pre-market winner for a little bit. It was up quite a bit. I was watching it here in this 4-5 area. I don't think I'm going to be watching it though. It doesn't have a lot of volume. It is near some big support, but volume is really not interesting on MCEP. Nice little multi-day runner here, lacking a little bit more volume. Huge resistance at 4.5. There's going to be a lot of back holders with the MCEP. Don't see a new catalyst on the day, so I would be very nervous probably trading MCEP. Yeah, it's not a ticker for me. I'm interested to watch the playback today. I wonder how delayed and buffering it is based on the comments today. It's really unfortunate, guys, that it's so messed up. I do apologize for that. There's really nothing I can do once the stream is lagging. I mean, that's kind of out of my hands. So I try to reduce the frame rate. I reduce the bit rate. I reduce pretty much everything. It doesn't really seem like it fit the error. Still getting a lot of dropped frames. Yeah, stressful, very stressful. So let's go ahead and wrap up the stream here. If you guys have any questions, don't forget to just drop in the Discord or just shoot them at my email. I'll throw in the disclaimer right here. Alex@tradejournal.co. You can always reach me there. And then in the Discord, we have whole entire feedback areas. And then we also have swing trading areas, crypto areas, stock areas. So you get through all your questions in there, and somebody might beat me to your question. Yeah, it seems like a lot of people are having lag issues right now. Again, there's not a lot I can do about that. And it does look like the stream's a little bit more delayed than it is usually, which is kind of annoying because it's harder for me to interact with you guys in real time because I see a question pop up and then I feel like I answer it, but you guys only see that answer like 5 minutes later. Yeah. Our Berlin office has been fine for months before the All right, guys, so let's go ahead and wrap things up. Trying to think. Remember, you can get all the information in the Discord. And yeah, I'll see you guys there. I think that's all for now. Just I'm going to post the link here in the chat room as well in case you guys are looking for it. But again, it's that first link in the video description below. So, all right, guys, I'll see you next time. See you guys in the Discord. Till, that's a different office. All right, guys, I'll see you then first thing tomorrow morning. Like always.